project. This is the first of two speeches. Please help me welcome Trixie Hunter-Merrill.
Thank you, Monsieur Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, today is supposed to be the beginning of my high-performance leadership project. But what is a little different about today's speech is that I actually did this project a year and a half ago, and it was to be counted towards Pathways. So what I'm going to share with you is what my vision was and some of the project plan, sort of as if I'm telling you in the beginning, but it's going to sound a little past tense because of that. If you do a HPL, High Performance Leadership Elective, in Pathways, the two speeches are one before and one at the end. So I'm going to do this in a couple of weeks and share the what's at the end, what happened about this website, but today I would like to share those benefits and details with you. So first off, one of the things that happened was a couple of years ago I ended up in the district. And one thing about me that I'd like to share is that I've had 20 plus years in web and social media strategy. So when I got to the district, we had to use the website quite a bit. And I handed out, because I didn't want to deal with technology today, what the old website looked like. And in a couple of weeks I will share with you, hopefully technology-wise, what the new website looks like. But I wanted to give you an idea of what did this look like? What did we have before? Now, something that was really cool about me finding this is that because we changed the website, we didn't have any cached images of the website. Our webmaster in the district is Gregory Harris, and I called him last night and said, help, help, help. I really need to have a cached image that I can show tomorrow. And he told me about this new site I'd never heard of. If you're in tech, you know it. Keith might know it. It's called the Wayback Machine. It's so cool. You can look up any website to see what did it used to look like, or what was it like back in 2010. So that's why it looks a little wonky on the pages, because it's from that. But I just wanted to give you a general idea. So from this, I said, whoa, this is an old, archaic website. I talked to the trio because as public relations manager of last year and social media the year before, we talked to the trio quite a bit. I said, have you guys ever thought about updating the website? And they said, well, we've thought about it. And I said, well, it's old and archaic, and laughter ensued. Literally, they were cracking up laughing on this call, and they said, that's an understatement. I don't think the website's been updated in like 10 years. 10 years? That's a long time for a website not to be updated. So what I wanted to do, and this is probably maybe one of the words or phrases Peggy might like, is to create a dynamic, robust website. So what does that really mean? So dynamic means a process or system characterized by constant change, activity, and progress. Well, of course, as we're going to be using this website, it's going to go through that. I wanted something robust. Robust means strong, healthy, and vigorous. So basically, I wanted something that was going to last. I wanted to create staples, basically, to create a foundation. So that was my vision. That was the general HPL, what do you want for your HPL project? I wanted to create a dynamic, robust website. What did that mean then? Well, I wanted something that was user-friendly. I wanted something that maybe we could convert from this archaic newsletter we were using in Constant Contact that many people were not opening to perhaps a blog that people could subscribe to and see a little bit more, or they could just go to the website and see. They didn't even have to subscribe. That was something that was a new thing. What we did in our meeting, and what you will receive in the Pathways, is lots of forms and information. One of the things is a project checklist, and so I did go through this in the beginning about what I wanted to do. So the people that were on my guidance committee for the new website were Mike Akins, who is our current district director, Marcia Wood, who is our past district director, Rhea Thompson, who is our past district director, and then Gregory Harris, who has been our webmaster for years and is finally trying to step out of that role into an area director role this year. So that was highly important for me to have that team, because that generally was the trio, and then our webmaster to help me, because I'm a front-end developer. I like all the pretty things and the images. I know coding, but yeah, you don't want me back there. I could break the whole site, and that I was afraid of. I also went through the team when we had our meeting, which was back in February of 2018, February of 2018. And that was right before I was going to be public relations manager, but was still social media. And we had this meeting, discussed in the meeting, what pages did we want to get rid of in this old website? What pages don't we really need anymore? What pages do we want to add? What are the new things we want, and how did we want that to look? One of the things that we kind of had on the old website that we're trying to revamp on the new website is the Speakers Bureau. Now, Speakers Bureau is where you sign up and they will help you possibly get speeches. You can get an opportunity to speak more, and people can come to that and see, oh, this person's a speaker. Here's their YouTube link. Here's their video. Here's what they've done. Tom, what do you call that video? That clip video in Speakers Bureau?
Your sizzle reel.
Sizzle reel, right, your sizzle reel. That makes you pop why they want to hire you, which I think is a great term as well. The other thing that we had to go over was in Toastmasters, on the Toastmasters International website, there's Find a Club. We wanted to make things user-friendly, right? So if you're going to go to District 26, do you want, thank you, do you want, you're so into my speech. Do you want to be able to get to that? So we decided yes, because if you're going to that site, we don't want you to have to go to another site. So that was a feature that we wanted to add. And that, of course, then required making sure from Toastmasters International, are we allowed to do that? And we had to research many pages. The great thing is if you ever want to look at other district pages, you can go onto the headquarters site and you can look up the district pages, and there's a lot for you to look at. You can see all the unique different types. So to finish up, the other things that we really wanted to do was make sure that we were not clogging up the website space. In the old website, we had all these media files and YouTube videos embedded, and embedded means it's taking up more space instead of a link you go to. And I said, you know, maybe we don't really need this. We need to assess that. So there was a lot that we had to do in the first vision to make sure what do we want, what do we don't want, and how do we want this to look. And like I said, in a couple of weeks I will come back because I have chemo next week, so make sure in a couple of weeks, hopefully if there's a speaker slot, that I will share with you what the new website looks like and what we did in that change. Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster.